Hey, Tally, welcome to the Unconscious Edge. Today, we're here to solve problems in the mind. So, if you got something that's creating a point of friction in life or business, sales, anything, we can talk about it and come up with a solution for you.
Hey Ryan, apologies. I thought I was joining a class where I was just going to be hanging around in the background while I was doing other things. But
Yeah, no worries,
so,
man. We
so
do a little bit different for this call. We actually dig in and solve some things. So, if you got something that's going on, I can help you with it. And if not, that's okay too.
okay, where do I unload? Where do I unpack? What's going on?
You tell
Uh,
me
what, what,
tell me what the problem is.
I think a lot of my stuff is offloaded outside of sales, just lifestyle decisions, and I'm working on those. But yeah, I think that's exactly where I'm sort of trying to optimize right now. It's a big life change though, because I work basically to give you a long story short, I work in the UK, but I work on a US offer. So now I've just started work about 2 hours ago. I work until like 11, 12 in the evening. But I've got two young kids as well. So sleep is just horrendous. I'm just popping non-stop monster whites as well. I've been doing it for about a year or so, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
detrimental to my sales technique. I mean, I'm on a good offer. Been on it for about 12 months now. It's just about little nuanced things about implement. The reason I joined was to implement more like objection handling and trying to. I think I'm good at discovery. I think it's a case of um, just trying to make little nuanced changes to how it is. But I feel like it might be outside of the actual cell sphere itself.
That's
Was that
exactly why we're here. Yeah.
very good? Okay, all right, cool.
I guess, yeah, tell me a little bit about that. You said it's outside of the sales sphere. What's that look like for you, or what's that mean specifically?
To be honest, I think the reason I got into remote sales about 18 months ago now. I went for another sales training program, trained up, got into it. It was initially about finding financial opportunities, which I did. Uh, Been consistently anywhere around 8 to 12K now, so for about a year or so, which relative to UK wages, for UK salaries is actually really good. And it's allowed us to do a lot more at home. It was ends to a means. But now it's been about a year and I've gained so much weight. I've gained about 3 stone, which is about 18 kg just for the
Okay.
lifestyle. I'm not sleeping properly. And it feels like I'm putting all my efforts toward the financial side of things and it's affecting everything else. Where I just feel
Yeah.
tired and it's crazy. So what I'm thinking about right now is like, do I make a huge lifestyle decision? I'm talking to my wife about potentially moving over time zones, finding something in Central Latin America, which would be a massive change for us because all we know is like, living in a first world country like the UK and having the
Yeah, yeah,
amenities
yeah.
come alongside that. And obviously, we've got two young kids. I've got a 3 year old and a 4 month old
Yeah.
as well. So, yeah. Sorry, I know it's a lot. I'm unpacking. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
offloading here.
So it sounds like that the focus on the financial endeavor has caused you to sacrifice some of the personal things in terms of health and family stuff.
Yeah, definitely health. I mean, like, the issue is that because I'm working so late in the evening, I have so many energy drinks. I don't get to sleep until like 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the AM sometimes. And then my son wakes me up at 6, 7 because that's his circadian rhythm. He's going to wake up
Hmm.
that early. And I spend a bit of time with him, but I'm completely shattered. I'm completely tired. And after taking him to nursery, I'll come back, have a bit of time for breakfast with my wife, and then I have to have a 2 hour power nap, and then I get straight back to work. So I'll be doing that for
Yeah,
about a
yeah,
year. Obviously, I'm Brian Johnson's probably worst nightmare.
yeah. So what's it going to take for you to change it?
I think I'll be honest, I've been looking at how it works staying here and the financially, because of inflation. I mean, inflation, we just bought a new house 2 years ago, bills keep rising, and finding something that matches the 8 to 10K, 8 to 12K I earn per month right now. It's difficult here in the UK. And the other option, like my wife's not working, she was made redundant or laid off last year. And at the same time, like she didn't have a smooth start of the pregnancy. So I was like, I took the reins. I was like, I'm going to work hard, make sure you don't have to work. And, we had a healthy baby back in February.
Yeah.
Everything worked out.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. But at the same time, I don't want to take a job that pays less and then she has to go back to work and she's not, you know, getting that time with the baby either. So there's a lot of responsibilities that side as well. And that's the downside of staying here. The upside of moving somewhere else is like moving away from friends and family, but I can sort out myself, my health, my sleep. Hopefully that gives a better version of myself to my wife and kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, just yeah, because obviously I'm right now I'm just tired. I get ratty. Uh, just not being the best version of me. Um, and also like even like in the sales sphere, there's a lot of opportunities that I'm not taking up right now because I feel like I don't have the mental or the physical capacity to take on a new offer that could be more financially viable.
Hmm.
I know this offer
Well, that's
so
what.
well that if I do it tired, I'm still making commissions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it
As you can
sounds
tell,
like,
I thought a lot about this. Sorry, you were saying?
yeah, well, I can tell you definitely thought a lot about it. And that was the question I was going to ask you is what if you found a different offer in a different time zone? And just to
Yeah,
give you some I guess to lend you some confidence on that is like you've already proven you could do it in this way. Like you're creating the financial security that you set out to create despite being in unfortunate, I guess not unfortunate, but difficult circumstances. Like you've been able to push through and sacrifice a lot of things for yourself, health wise, relationships, in order to make this happen. So why couldn't you make it happen with a different offer in a different time zone?
it's not as lucrative. And to put it more bluntly, there's a lot more brokies in the UK compared to the US. It seems like a lot of opportunities work more in the US. This is my opinion, and just like talking to my peers as well from sales
Hmm.
communities, that these offers work more in the US just because there's a lot more wealth going around there to purchase these high ticket offers. In the UK, it's not really even high ticket closing itself. It's not really a. It, I don't know the best way to put it. There's not many opportunities out there to do that. It's not really it's not really a role that people are really adept to. They want you to do full cycle sales, which I'm not afraid of at the same time. But I feel like I earned more than that as well. And to be
Yeah.
honest, my background is more in startups. I worked in startups. I built businesses. I helped build, even though they weren't my own businesses, I helped build businesses, and that's not working against me because people want more like corporate experience. They want you to be an SDR in your 20s, which I did it in a cowboy in a cowboy sort of way. I didn't do it
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the structure that the corporate recruiters are looking for. So that
Is
works
there
a bit.
anyone that you know that sells in the UK?
I know one or two, but it's always appointment setting. It is appointment setting, and they're making somewhere around 3 to 5K. And the truth be told, since I'm laying it all out, you need a certain amount of money coming in per month to make sure that we keep a head above
Yeah,
water.
yeah, yeah. Just curious, like so I'm thinking like in a group right here of close to 1,000 people, I'm willing to bet there's someone selling in the UK.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like so in just to kind of jump ahead because for our time's sake on this, it sounds like you created an impossible game for yourself. So I call them impossible games of the mind, is that here's what I want, but I can't get it because it's not available. So therefore, I must go do this other thing I don't want. But that's going to cause me to create issues in this area of my life. So I can't do that. So it's like we get stuck in this box because I'm willing to bet, and I'm not in the UK selling in the UK, so I can't say this for certain. But I'm willing to bet that there is a offer that would still give you the lucrative opportunities in a slightly different time zone if you were to put your energy and effort into finding it. And that would probably take a lot less life overhaul than moving your whole family to a different country. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So like, so just the ways to like think about this in your mind is like, I'll give you some, like the way that I use for myself, how to navigate my own mind, but also working with clients is asking these questions and always like questioning everything. So like you told me that there's not any lucrative offers in the UK. You don't know anyone that's selling in the UK doing this. Is that really true? And like challenge that to yourself and go and look into it and see if you can predict how can you disprove that to your own mind so that way it gives you permission to go find it. And then the other thing I consider asking is in making these adjustments for your offer and like where you're working and what you're doing, who are you making them for? Are you making them for your family or are you making them for yourself? And which one is the priority in that equation? because that's going to open up a whole another slew of questions of like, what's the best opportunity or what's the best focus for if it's say it's family, I want to be
Mm.
able to be present for my family and be able to show up the best way. But is, again, and I'm not saying this is not true, but is it the best opportunity for your family to move to a different foreign country they've never been to before and don't know anyone? Or like just thinking of that is that added layer of stress and uncertainty and lack of support and just uncomfortableness, is that going to distract from actually being able to create on the financial end what you've set out to create? Does that make
When
sense? Like
you,
where I'm going with that,
yeah,
of just
yeah, yeah.
like really thinking
So,
through those.
yeah, don't, you're right, you're right. Like how much research I've already put into actually finding out what the opportunities are here. But the way I see it, the way I balance, I've been obviously going back and forth on this for about a few months now. You're absolutely right. Going to another country comes with its own stresses. But there might be other upsides that I can't, I'm not access to right now. It might sound petty, but better weather. I mean, like it's hot here in the UK
Hmm.
now, but between September to April, it's grey and miserable. And it
Yeah,
does
yeah.
affect our mood when I can't go out and go on a bike ride with my son because I'm actually pouring down in rain. Taking them all, it's about being able to afford a few more luxuries, like a maid, like a cook, and take away those like actually enjoy life and not worry about just having to do chores outside of work, you know?
Hmm.
And second of
Yeah.
all, I think being yeah, obviously it's the lifestyle of my friends, family close, and we're comfortable here. In terms of like my son goes to a daycare that we like and trust, and he can do schooling here to a certain degree. But it's I see where my parents are, and unfortunately they haven't made themselves comfortable in their
Hmm.
50s, early 60s, and I don't want to be in that same thinking about money all the time either. It's about just
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
ourselves. I think it's getting more and more expensive here. The other upside would be moving to somewhere where lifestyle is cheaper. I'll be able to build up a pot and get a bit of breathing room to put into investments or just have a secure platform for my son and daughter to do something in the future.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot.
100%.
There's a lot going on in my mind.
Well, and that's why I'm not here to tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. It's
Yeah,
up to
yeah, yeah.
you. Like, but
Yeah.
my goal is to help you find it. So like one thing I think would be really interesting for you to go through is like give yourself a deadline. Like we're at the end of June. Like by the end of July, I'm gonna have done my research on UK opportunities and identify what's out there. And then if I can identify anything that I can start to move towards, then I move into the phase of where can I go?
Yeah.
Because obviously there's more than just the business end that's influencing your decision to go somewhere else. So if you're going somewhere else for all these different reasons, then that's totally understandable. I'm currently in Florida and it's really hot in the summer, which makes it difficult to take your kids outside. So we're looking to relocate to a more moderate climate as well. So I understand the outside influences of relocation, but I would also do your due diligence on it because you don't want to move somewhere for the might be.
Yeah. The plan is, well, what I'm going to argue about is like it's going to be an expensive experiment, but maybe move from like 2 months to like trying out Mexico City and a couple of places in Mexico, possibly Panama, and just living there with the family. It's going to be a lot to travel with two young kids, but
Hmm.
I don't ever want to leave that what if thread in the back of my mind. Just try it out for 2, 3 months, try the lifestyle. It might put me out of pocket for about 5 to 8K or so, but at least then I know I've tried it, because
Hmm.
I think that we go there and it's terrible. We kind of acclimatize after those 2, 3 months, and we've tried it, and then there's no alternative but to make it work. Yeah, so that's the other thing with Omega at the moment.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it sounds like you're starting to navigate this a little bit, which is great. And again, just continuing to ask those questions and identify like why am I like even like why do I want to do this or why am I seeking this? Is it really for this opportunity? Is it because I want to go to discomfort? Is it because I don't want to be, like you said, in the same position of the people that I see around me? And that's where like encouraging, like I had someone the other day I was talking to, it's actually my videographer who's in India who does all of our cutting for our videos and stuff. And he said he don't want to have kids. And I asked him why I don't have kids. And he said that I look around and everyone that I know, like their life ends when they have kids. Like all they don't do anything. They're not doing all these things that I think I want to do. I'm like, well, I totally understand, but is that true for everyone? It's like, well, everyone I know. Well, how many people do you know? it's not that many in the grand scheme of things, you know. So that's where like who can you look at and point at outside of that circle to prove again, proving to your mind that it's possible. Because I don't even need to research, but I can guarantee you that what you're trying to achieve is possible in the location where you are. Now it might be completely different than the way you're approaching it now. And to give you just a insight that I received from my own self is like the path that I took to get here will not be the path that I take going forward because if it was, I would end up exactly where I am. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah,
you know, and that's where like again, like it could be that you going out more in the area and getting into some different circles and like entrepreneur groups and sales places, you end up connecting with someone in person over a cup of coffee that tells you of this new opportunity you've never heard of. Like so when you're thinking of doing your own research and going forward, like to make that decision, like think outside of the box of what you would normally do or where you would normally look.
yeah, that's great advice. The way I've landed here in online remote sales, it was totally different from what I did for the last like 30
Yeah.
years, 35 years of my life, you know. So yeah, I understand, I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So
I know you gotta
I
go,
got
Ryan. Yeah, I appreciate that. This has been very
yeah.
therapeutic. Great advice,
Yeah,
appreciate
dude.
it.
I'm glad that I helped, man. If you
Are
have
you
any
on
questions,
yeah, you mentioned like videos and stuff. You got a YouTube page? You got YouTube and all that?
yeah, I
Is
got a
that
YouTube page. I write a lot of my content on Substack. I also have a book about like basically how I ended the war in my mind and found mental peace, so that way others can do the same. Because I know that the entrepreneurial sales journey takes its toll mentally, especially all these things that we're talking about. There's a lot of pressure. So being able to navigate that and find the right answers and make the decisions without sacrificing parts of yourself, I think is a huge thing. So uh, yeah, dude, I'll shoot you a message on school for a link to all my stuff so you can check it out.
appreciate it. Thank you, mate.
Pleasure.
I jumped on here for the off chance. I had a no show, but yeah, I'll definitely try and join some more.
See, and look what happened. You found some insights that you weren't necessarily looking for, but you found them anyway.
Yeah. Cheers, Ryan. Have a great
All right,
day.
see ya.
Appreciate this. Thank you.